Let's chop it up. So it's fall time. Got the leaves falling, starting to get a little chilly. We're starting to do a lot less outside, but it's all good because it's just that time of the year. So I did want to talk about doing business in Kenya, and I started going back and forth a lot. I think when I was like around 2014, 2013 maybe, and since I've been doing that, I've been seeing a lot of things, especially when I was around 20. When I was around 19, 20, I started seeing a lot of things. And some of them were good. Growing up in New York and going to school here, I started to see how, living here kind of molds you into something different than how people in Kenya, or my peers rather in Kenya, got molded. When I was around 20, wow, the light looks like it's in and out. Yeah, let me try to line myself up with the sun because it's kind of getting in the way. But when I was around 20, 21-ish, I started noticing certain things that were a little different. And I'm not going to say that they can't happen here or they don't happen here, but I see that it's this scale, it happens there because a lot of my peers in Kenya, for example, let's say when I was like 21, 22, 23-ish, and I'm going back over there, I'm still in school, and I'm seeing that a lot of people down there are married by that age, around 22, 23, settled, married. And to be honest with you, a decent amount of them, if not a lot, already have kids. They're living in their own homes and stuff like that. So going around and seeing that, it hit me a little bit. Because over here, I'm not used to seeing that. Over here, we're used to seeing people getting married and settling down at like late 30s or 40s, or even 50s. And so it did get my attention. And I started to ask myself, why are people like this? Why are they doing these things? And not only that, I was seeing that even when it comes to things like education, going to school, these guys are done a lot earlier. Not like us, that some of us, we finish maybe in our early 20s, we're done with the undergrads, and some of us, proceed to masters and stuff like that, and, higher. But these guys, whatever they were doing, it's very common to run into doctors in Kenya, Uganda, or East Africa in general. And they're young guys, like late 20s. 30s, you're finding 30, 31, 32-year-old doctors, they have experience. A few years of experience. And it was impressive. But then I went back to asking myself, why are we not like that? And I realized that number one, many of us are not taught, are not encouraged, are not really, like we don't have the push to settle a little earlier or to, want to be living in a house with a woman and have kids and stuff like that. It's really reserved for after, you are good in life with money, education, you have a career. So in a sense, some people don't settle down because they don't have those things. People that believe that they have to acquire certain kinds of things like education, they have to get certain kinds of jobs, they end up not doing it if they don't end up getting the education. Another thing that I was seeing is that they were developed, and it's more of a psychological and mental thing than just like material. It's not about just the job that you have. It's not about how much money you've accumulated. But some of these guys, even being broke, they're like, man, I'm running around here. I'm still by myself. you know, let me get married, let me settle down, let me have a family. The value that they have for a family is different. That's the main thing when it comes to family. They value family. Actually, in many communities, specifically East African, if you're not settled by your mid 20s and you're a guy, then uncles will start talking to you, or your dad, your parents, family members will come and start talking to you about, why are you still by yourself? Why have you not found someone yet? And in fact, if you haven't, then they propose that, oh, we got somebody for you. We know this girl, we know her family, we know her background, where she comes from. And so, yeah, we found you somebody. So, and in many cases, a lot of people, that's, how they even end up together, is because they're families. And of course, there are many also that just meet by themselves and do their own thing. And they end up at that same point: settled, married, kids, family. The value on family is really up there. And what's another thing? Hold on.